I don't know why he doesn't have anything to trade with me. I guess it's fine. I guess I'm just gonna turn all of my... Right, I can't go this way because there's a dead end that can't hop over that super hop-overable thing. Shit. And I kind of want to take that bridge, yeah. Let's go get to the old Grimskis. Yeah, I don't know. I might stop taking trips to him. He kind of seems like a pain in the ass. So, like, instead, I think I'm going to just keep trading for goods. I'm trying to remember his price. Was it 5 items? Or was it 3 or 5 to get 1 bandage? Because that is admittedly a lot of goods, potentially, to go towards other things. Wow, that's too much. Alright, let's trade that. Yeah, it's good to find more of these kids. Meridorm's good. I've been lacking in that medicine this playthrough. So if I want to have a restful sleep, it's not as much of an option as I'm used to. And that's not something I want to deal with. Hey there. Shall we barter, perhaps? Those are 2, dang it. Trading my needles. But yeah, every time I go to a food vendor, I make an effort to buy every single, nut that they sell. Because I think that's the most stable way for me to eventually get a schmouter in this playthrough. If I ever want to hope for one of them to actually come from one of these little girls that just love to disappoint me. God damn it. See what they do to me? It's their fault. They're bad people. That's why they never have things for me. Yeah, I'll blame the children. Fucking stop me. Hey, a child and a drunk. It's everything I'd ever hoped for. Except for a schmouter. Y'all never have schmouters. Ooh, you have a bandage. Thank you. Oh my god. That's a good haul. 2 watches for 3 Meridorm. That's a good haul. Is that the right name? I might be mixing up the names of the sleeping out. Yeah, Meridorm. Meridorm's the shitty one. Morphine's the second best one, and then there's like an even better one, I think. Maybe, I'm not sure. I pretty much just got by trading for Meridorm over and over again. I don't want to trade your stuff, though, because I need to save that for when you finally have something I want, you little bastards. You little bastards.
Who could have thought? So an outbreak is upon us?
I'm glad you are still alive. I want to speak to Foreman Oinen. Can you arrange that? What? What Oinen? What? Why? What, the foreman? What foreman? The current one? Yes, the current one, Oyen. Have the mistresses told you about him? Yeah, I've lost one friend called Burakh already, and Foreman Oyen knows why. Yes, he will pay for it. Anyway, I don't want to lose another. He knows who killed my father? Does he? He knows all right. Allow me to say I'm pretty sure he's not unhappy about your father's death. Oyun, that is. He wouldn't be unhappy if you were to die either. No, there's no reason for you to meet him right now. What does he know? I haven't spoken to him yet. We'll have some extreme interrogation when he's back. Where is he now? He went off to the steppe. He's not in town at the moment. I think he's supposed to come back in a day or 2. When did he leave? 3 days ago, or maybe 4. Exactly on the eve of your arrival, Master Burakh. So will you arrange for us to meet? There's a plot being woven against me. The Bachelor is nosing about the termitary and the abattoir. If I meet the foreman, I'll give him another reason to suspect me. It'll all be fine. It will all settle in time. But I wouldn't be so keen on meeting him if I were you. That is for me to decide. It is.
What?
Very much is for me to decide. And that it's my primary goddamn goal. Damn it. Ah. So today's quest just dead ends completely. We just find out about there being some guy, but he's not in town right now. But maybe he's a threat, and maybe he knows who kills my father or how he died. But we don't accomplish anything today, besides just knowing this dude exists. Son of a bitch. Huh. So far, the Haruspex's effectiveness is super limited. Like, even the Bachelor felt like he was doing more, even if it was coming up like, even if the big convoluted quest would often end up with him coming up empty-handed, like the thing would not work or something. There was definitely like there was like sample acquisition happening, and then being like, well, we're fucked every time we look at the disease. Nope, we're even more fucked. Yep, this is all bad news. But we were like, I felt more proactive. I imagine he's gonna feel much more proactive later, though, because, like, in the later episodes of the Bachelor campaign, it definitely felt like the Haruspex was really busy, as far as we could see from a third person. Oh, hey. While we're here, we need to talk to Capella, and tell Capella that Notkin is fine. Good thing I checked the quest log. I was like, oh, this quest isn't done yet. But all I have to do is talk to Capella.
The children no longer remember me.
I'm not exactly sure what happened. Your dear Notkin was attacked by some bandits. Ah! And? Calm down. He's fine. Thank you. What did you do to the bandits? I killed them. I had to. But you have helped Notkin. Would you please allow me to thank you? I can't refuse a gift from you. Ah! Loud. Okay, 3,000 gold? Yeah, 3,000. I'm not used to hearing the money sound that much, and that was a surprisingly spiky version of the sound. Ah! Hey, okay. Bah. I wonder if I can, like, merge the ears a little bit more. I don't know. Just for voices, though. But only dialogue from random NPCs, specifically. Whenever I turn my head to one side and somebody starts talking to me, it only plays in one ear and not the other one at all, and it's really like, ah! Like, that's not how ears work. Like, you get some directional noise, sure, but the way they play the audio, it feels like the ears, it feels like, where am I trying to go right now? To craft those potions? Right, and the infected tissue. I could go to the infected district, I guess, yeah. But yeah, whenever that happens, it's like, I'm like, stop. It's like, it feels like a weird little strange attack to hear it only in one ear and 0% in the other ear, as far as I can tell. I'm trying to remember the timeline of things that happen in the Bachelor quest. It's hard. It's hard to remember the timeline at times of things that happen in a campaign that is largely running around the same map a whole lot, and so on. I'm trying to remember when, because I was going to the warehouse district a moment ago, and I was trying to remember, like, when, ooh. Oh, that's not one of them. Shit. I was like, when is that moment? When did that thing happen where the Bachelor had to kill so many thugs in one building? That was early. That was real early. Anyway, I'm currently abusing my meta knowledge, because when I played as the Bachelor, I know that when I was here in the cemetery, and this is where I had to go in order for them to, in order to get the sample. I tried to get the sample, and you're like, you're not allowed to get the sample. You're a bad guy. I mean, you're not. You don't have the. You don't have the. You're not a Haruspex or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? You're not a Menku. You're not allowed to do this. And they're all mad at me. Ah, Jesus. Wow, attack on sight, huh? Not even like a bit of. Oh, he's dead. Huh. Anyone else attacking me? The music's still playing. No? Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's 12. Alright. Neat. Neat. Well, I'm glad that panned out. Yeah, we had to come here as the Bachelor when he was trying to find how to get organs, and they went after him. Yep. Corpse blood. Gross. This blood must be analyzed. Although the current conditions make any thorough analysis impossible, there's a high chance that it contains a sample of the harmful microorganism. Aw, yeah. Do also kind of want to scan around this place to see if there's an herb, because it's a real big area that seems like it would have an herb. Landmarks tend to have one, at least, usually. And this is kind of a landmark. But yeah, all according to plan. Cool. The alternative was to go into the plague zone, and, I don't know. I guess... I was gonna say just start stabbing, but no, I don't really have to just start stabbing. Presumably you'd be able to get one from... Oh, wow, 2 of them. Neat. This will help me with the Notkin quest, too. Presumably I could just... Because we've been able to loot other people's kills so far, although I have not had a lot of experimentation with looting the guards' kills. The guards keep killing plague victims that try to walk the wrong way, basically. So maybe I could just get the sample from one of those bodies. I have not really confirmed the guard stuff as well as I'd like to, though. I think I have a I had what felt like a confirmation a little bit because I was able to loot a body that was killed by a looter or whatever. I was able to loot their victim. But that's actually normal. Even with the Bachelor, I was able to loot their pocket items off of them until they physically sat down and had time to do a looting animation, and then they take the stuff from them, and for some reason it's not on their body. Ooh, 3! Oh no. No! Oh, that's 1 needle, who cares? Ha ha ha. 3 in 1 area, that's super good. Damn. I was right to take a look around. Let's talk to Grace, because she's right here and she's one of my bound.
They don't trust me.
Okay, same dialogue. They're not talking about, they're not doing the headache dialogue right now, but they're doing that now, where they keep talking about a visitor or something. Alright, so now I need to go back to the Bachelor, but on the way there, I should go to my house to, first of all, free up inventory space, because that's a problem. And then I'm also going to want to... free up inventory space. I've got so many organs to dump, first of all, and I'm not really ready to take a trip to the vendors for that right now. Or maybe I should be ready. If I finish this quest, I might be done with all of my quests. And if I'm done with all of my quests, then, like, what do I do? Like, I guess I just start running around and killing things again, right? Like, except I have to wait until nighttime, so I'd sleep until nighttime, I guess. And then start killing all sorts of things to farm resources. Yeah, we might almost be there already, and it's only 3 p.m. Jesus. Either I'm getting better at this, or the Haruspex's days are just not very crowded with events so far. If he wants Twirine extracts, I'll probably trade him my bad ones, honestly. I don't think that... I get the feeling the quest is not going to take into account how good my samples are. I think I'm just gonna take my organs with me. Let's see, put this stuff away for now. I think I'm gonna take... First of all, let's do a save. I think I'm gonna take my organs with me because I think I'm gonna be ready to do my rounds soon, and so I probably should take them along. I get a lot of lockpicks, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's too many. Let's go trade off 2 of them. I don't want to have a huge supply of them if I'm not actively using them. Hunger needs to be dealt with real quick. There we go. Now the hunger meter's gone at least. I might not need to use deal with exhaustion because I might be sleeping soon with all my Maridorms. Maridorms. Do I have any more extracts lying in here? No? Okay, let's do the shittiest ones I can make. Bloody, yeah. Bloody is a good start. Let's make a bunch of bloody Twire extracts. Because, I don't like bloody. I feel like it doesn't make good stuff. Also, if I make the same one over and over again, they should stack, as we learned before. Let's see, at the moment I've got 6. Alright, so I'll have to settle a little bit. Historically, when I want to give somebody something for a quest item, they just take it from me. So let's get rid of the good ones. Put them in my in the stash. I don't want them taking my shit. That would suck. I have 17 of those. Jesus. There was just one dude who was really loaded. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of perfect. Because I wanted to mix black and brown. That seemed like it made a really good mix before. And I have a lot more black than browns, so I'll just use up some of the blacks to equate the two. That's 5, 6, 7. So yeah, this should take me to 10. As far as I can tell, doing this is the only reasonable move. He didn't request a specific thing. So yep. Just gonna have to have that way on my conscience that I'm just giving them bad stuff. I technically have watches, but you know, let's just get prepped. Just get rid of that stuff and get ready for a proper night of running around and murdering everything. I already have 8 of everything again. Jesus. That's like 2/3 of a nightly haul. Or last night's haul, at least. And that's during the day. Now I'm gonna go out and during the... I didn't check you yet, did I? Now I'm gonna go out during the night and, like, double up that haul. I was mistaken. I shouldn't have done that. I could turn back. Fuck it. Let's just live with it. I should have kept my bartering stuff with me, ultimately. What was my thought process just now? I kind of lost track of it a little bit. Oh yeah, my thought process is that I'm going to come back here to sleep anyway, so prepping for the whole night is kind of pointless because I'm not going to walk straight out. I'm going to have to sleep until the sun goes down, probably. Epidemic alert. The address to the townspeople. Attention all citizens, following the outbreak of a lethal disease commonly known as sand plague, sand pest, and sand dirt, the town authorities hereby declare state of emergency. The disease is extremely contagious. There is still ongoing research as to how the disease is transmitted, but cases of contact and droplet infection have been confirmed. There are currently no vaccine solutions in the town, and none are to be expected before the regular train arrives. Please be extra careful. The townspeople are forbidden to leave their homes unless under special instruction. Remember, the possibility of infection is much lower for those who stay indoors. The citizens are advised to sterilize their household wares, boil their clothing, and exterminate as many vermin as possible. Do not panic. Medics, couriers, and executors will take care of mail delivery as well as the distribution of drinking water, provisions, and medicine. Requests should be written down and slid under the door for couriers to collect. This address is composed on the instructions of Bachelor Dudkovsky and ratified by the State of Emergency Town Governor Alexander Saburov. It is compulsory to follow every advice herein. Commands from Saburov. I think it's a good thing I played Bachelor first. It's presented as an option, but honestly, a lot of this stuff's a lot more confusing if I don't already know things from the Bachelor campaign. So the important information I just got is that I believe we just witnessed the part of the Bachelor's story where Saburov is given executive power by the Bachelor's actions in the main story. And so, like, that's something I remember because I witnessed it because I did it before. The main hint we have is Saburov was threatening us, and he's like, I'm going to have power. They just need to give it to me. I'm supposed to have executive power. And that, I think that notice is indication that that has now happened. Then again, there's a bunch of shit that I felt like I didn't understand while I was playing as the Bachelor, so I guess maybe if I played as the Haruspex first, then I would have understood those parts better. Or vice versa. Wow, more? Secret Addendum. The annotation for patrolmen, couriers, executors, and sanitary personnel. In order to prevent panic, this annotation is classified, and its contents should be under no circumstances disclosed to the civilian population. The disease is incurable. There's no vaccine, neither here nor in the capital. However, there are a few positive facts. 1. The probability of contracting the disease is significantly lower for someone who has taken immune system stimulants. As of now, we believe that A pills and B pills, yellow-colored and blue-colored pills respectively, provide the best protective effect. Excessive doses of these medicaments may be detrimental to one's health. 2. Additional protection is afforded by synthetic clothing. Woolen garments are strictly off limits. Parasites. The clothing should be changed as often as possible. They keep saying change clothing, but there's no in-game mechanical explanation for that idea. I think repairing them is just as good, but I'm not super sure. Important. The disease develops sporadically. At its initial stage, it does not progress in any significant way, especially if antibiotics are taken. However, if contact with the infection reoccurs, the development of the disease becomes extremely rapid. The disease is 4. The disease is not transmitted by means of droplet infection. As we now, I guess that's another typo. As we know, we've yet to find out how it is contracted. Preliminary tests suggest that the disease is not contagious in early stages. Therefore, there's no need to isolate the sick person immediately after the appearance of symptoms. APP, the executors. In consideration of your particular line of work, we believe that you will not be able to avoid infection. If you have contracted the disease, do not give in to despair. It would have happened sooner or later anyway. Try your best to conserve the infection at its initial stage. Take antibiotic medicine. Consider using the schmouters. They're extremely dangerous, but they help curb the infection. They just had to tell me that, huh? Causing me to use one schmouter early on, which I didn't have a lot by the end of the game, so that was kind of scary when I was thinking about whether I'd be able to succeed or not.
I see double or something.
Have you considered sleeping or drinking water or eating or sitting down? You should not be seeing double. Here are the infusions I promised you. Made by a Burakh according to an ancient rite. That costs a fortune. The map will be waiting for you from tomorrow on. I'll be sure to come over. Tomorrow on.
Clara dropped by. And then my head was like gone. I can't remember a thing.
Don't hang around the streets for no good reason, okay? Clara came by and then his head was like gone. His head was like gone, bro. Man, his head was like gone, man. His head was like gone. I don't know. I just found the line amusing. It's really different interacting with children in this game. Like, after a whole campaign of interacting with the adults almost exclusively, having the children be a daily presence now, they're just written completely differently for obvious reasons. We gotta get to the Bachelor now. I've got the sample, and it derives from a significantly less tragic course. You guys get Yanni Keith more during Pathologic than other playthroughs, in part because it takes longer to record than other playthroughs do because of all the, alright, well, time to walk across the entire town, or time to gather, or time to hunt, and I'm like, well, I'm trying to make the series a little better paced than that, so I cut that stuff out, but that means I record longer. It's not entirely that, though. It's also in part the fact that, I really want to not lose track of what I'm doing. In particular, because some early encounters where some of my earlier experiences went less well, in part because of a different practice. So I adopted a practice of defeating... I beat a day in one sitting every time in this game. I've done that since like day 3 of Bachelor or something, I want to say. Like 3 or 4 days in, I was like, okay, taking a break midday makes it really hard to tell what I was doing. Like, I really need to just keep all of the balls in the air, just juggle this all in one continuous stream until I can beat the entire day in one go. And then then I'll come back the next day and try to readjust. Then sometimes I'll still like have trouble remembering what happened the previous day on certain details, but the primary thing is the primary conflict from day to day is more that I just struggle to remember whether certain letters have been read yet or not. Aside from that, I've not really had much trouble with the day-by-day structure.
Should I just give up?
Sometimes it's a little late. I was happy at first that it wasn't bubonic plague. I already read that. I've got something for you, Oinen. You were looking for dead tissue, if I recall correctly. Yes, I need it so bloody much. I hope this will be of use to you. I hope I managed to make what I want out of it. Meanwhile, how can I return your kindness? I have no money, but I can offer you something better. The drugs that are not available to the general public. I can't give them all right away, though, so you'll have to choose what you want. Immunogens, antibiotics, or painkillers? Huh. So immunogens will boost my immunity. Antibiotics will reduce the I believe that'll reduce the current state of the plague. Painkillers should just be sleeping medication, right? And then bandages would just be bandages. That's pretty self-explanatory. Huh. I'm a little mixed. Having stuff that helps me sleep could be really handy. Because I get that a little less than I was as the Bachelor. I don't really have a lot of supply, but I've been getting a bit more via trading with the blonde kids. So that problem's probably gonna go away. Antibiotics are pretty good. Because I make my own immunogens, it's not really a big deal, but antibiotics reduce the plague, and that'll matter more later. Let's go for antibiotics. Oh, did he give me all 3 types? Yep. Reduces the infection to 1/3. Reduces it to half, and reduces it significantly. Neat.
The wretched wound has opened.
Is this the same day where you had to do the plague house?
What kind of backward practices?
I think this, let's see, is every quest done? Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna turn in for the day. See you later, everybody. This is probably where the episode ends. Trying to remember the timeline. This might be the part of the timeline where the Bachelor had to... I did the side quest where he got a whole bunch of drugs. I grabbed them from all the different people. And then, because I think young Vlad was going to test them on a bunch of people, which was really questionable. So I grabbed them all myself. And then I was like, I was required to go hang out inside that one house and hope for the best, basically. I'm gonna check for any rare spawns in here. I had to go into Bachelor parkour mode where I was dodging all the bad things and escaping. And that's when I made my biggest mistake of the playthrough, I think, or one of the bigger ones, which is that I used a schmouter. I was infected, and I was like, well, infection's bad. It's supposed to be a death sentence. And I was scared of it. I was afraid of how it would manifest, because it's supposed to exponentially increase over time, and people were even like, oh man, welcome to playing on hard mode, and comments like that. I was like, I was afraid of infection, so I cured it with a schmouter. And I should not have done that. That was a bad idea. You want a hook? It's all I can really trade because I don't want to trade any of the nuts. There we go. I was afraid that the infection was going to be a big deal, and it sells it a little bit with that scary little like zoom, like panic mode camera moment. But infection just became a way of life. Like, infection happened so consistently all the time that it was clearly not the right response to be like, oh no, a bit more infection, how will I deal with this? And that schmouder was such a rare item that losing it was kind of a blow. It's all I could think about during the entire last day of the campaign was about how, like, oh no, this is where the game's totaling how many cures I have in this game. This is my judgment of whether or not this was a successful playthrough or not, is I'm running around trying to cure everybody. And I was like, oh, I don't know how many people are gonna be sick. There's this many people left, and it was just a constant race. And I'm like, now I'm out of panaceas. This is scary. And I hit the point where I ran out of panaceas. I'm like, I have very few schmouters, and that had me on edge. But it worked. Turned out I think I had 2 schmouters, and I only had to use 1. Murky was the big unlucky character. Out of all the people in the game, Murky's the one that had to suffer the fate of being given a schmouter at the end, whereas everyone else got a panacea. And all of my bound were just not sick at all because I was a badass, apparently. And Murky, it suggests that Murky will suffer horrible debilitation and be permanently disabled by the schmouter's use. That's what the executor tells you. I don't know. I used one. I seem to get over it. And admittedly, Murky's a child. Although I don't know if that's worse or better. I don't know. It's probably worse. I'm not a biologist. My take in general is that I think how it tends to kind of work is that children are more resilient to physical harm, but more prone to, like, biological harm. Like, when diseases get around, not the ones that are not considered to be super dangerous to the average person, they usually cause deaths in children and elderly folks. So that seems to be how that works. Whereas children are known for bouncing back from injuries in shocking frequency in some cases. It's only 6 o'clock. God damn.